Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, just in case you're new here, and today I have the stay-at-home book tag for you guys. I was tagged by my friend Jacqueline at Weeby Bookin', which I will leave her channel down below. To do this tag, I am so excited. I haven't done a tag in a really long time. I haven't found any tags that I really clicked with in a long time, so I'm excited to be doing this one for you guys. So I'm going to read you guys the prompt first, and then I'm going to give you guys my answer for the prompt. And I will leave the prompts and the original video linked down below just in case you want to check it out. And of course, if you want to check out Jacqueline's channel, that will also be linked down below. So the first prompt for this book tag is laying in bed. A book you have read in a day. And for me, that was The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. This book read like a movie, a really good horror ghost movie. I absolutely love this book so much, and there's not that much buzz about it, which I'm shocked, but it was really haunting and I couldn't guess the end whatsoever. So this book was a one sitting read for me. Pretty much canceled my plans for the day and stayed in bed to read this baby. The next prompt is snacking. A guilty pleasure book. And for me, I would say all of Sarah J. Maas's books, pretty much. I mean, I never read the Throne of Glass series, so I would love to get into that. But her books are just that for me. It's not necessarily a genre that I love her books. She's not necessarily the best writer in the world, but the way she writes her characters and the way she writes some of her steamy scenes, I just can't resist it. It's literally like one of the only romancy, tropey books that I really love, especially Akamath, which I want to say it was published as a YA, but it's definitely an adult or new adult genre book series for sure. But I just love Akamath so much, and I really loved Crescent City also, and I can't wait for the second book. The next prompt is Netflix, a series you want to start, and I would say Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I would love to start that series, even though it seems really daunting, but I heard it's really good. I read the first book and I didn't love it, but a lot of people said to just kind of push through and get to the rest of the series because it does get so much better. I just felt like the first book was really young, and it's definitely a young adult fantasy, but it just felt too young for where someone in my adult age at 30 could be reading. So I definitely put that series down, and I'm hoping to revisit that series this summer. It's kind of like a challenge for me to get into this summer, and yeah, so let me know if you think it's worth it to read. I would love to know your opinions on the Throne of Glass series. The next prompt is deep clean. Been on your TBR for ages, and that would be Cujo by Stephen King. I have been wanting to read this book since I was a kid, but I do get a little sensitive when things involve animals, especially negatively, or animal harm in any type of way, animal abuse. So I've definitely avoided this book for a long time, but as somebody who runs a Stephen King book club, at some point I'm going to have to visit this book. So I definitely would love to read it. I'm just gonna tread with caution and protect my little heart from this book. I've heard amazing things about it. I heard it's a great story, but I may not look at my dog the same way again. I don't know. Next prompt is Animal Crossing. A book you recently bought because of the hype. And for that, I picked My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I purchased this because of the hype. I really didn't know what it was about when I bought it. I actually pre-ordered it. I just really love the cover. And yeah, I just kind of went with the hype with this one for sure. And I still haven't read it yet. It's part of my May TBR. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. I've heard it's disturbing, but I also heard it's beautiful. Let me know if you've read this one. I can't wait to read it. Also, I have Animal Crossing as well, but I am not falling into the Animal Crossing hole. I only allow myself a little bit of time a day to get into that game because otherwise I'll be playing it 24/7 and I have a lot of reading to be doing. The next prompt is productivity, a book that had an impact on you. And for that, I picked The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I love this story so much. It teaches you so much about life and what really matters in life and the things that you should be concerned with in life and things that are just material things that don't matter for the spiritual journey. So it really takes you on the spiritual journey, and it's a fictional story, but it really has a huge impact on the reader, this book. And it's the #1 book for many, many years for a reason, because it's just that good. I'm sorry if you guys can hear lawnmowers again in this video. I feel like every time I go to film, there's a lawn person here. For some reason in my development where I live, people can't get the same lawn person and have their lawn done on the same day. It's literally every day, 24/7, all I hear are lawnmowers. And it's driving me crazy. Perks of being in quarantine, right? Things you notice while you're home all the time. That is one thing I do notice. The next prompt is FaceTime, a book you were gifted. And for me, The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. My boyfriend sent this to me in the mail, and it's part of my May TBR. I have not read it yet, but I will be reading it very soon. It was a very nice gift of him to gift me some books. He also sent me The Woman in the Window. He sent me The Unspoken Name and this one. So that was like my most recent book gift. The next prompt is self-care. Now this one doesn't have anything to do with books. What is one thing you have done recently to look after yourself? And for me, I adopted doing yoga every day. I feel like it was something that I always wanted to do, but I felt like I never had the time to do it or the mental capacity to dedicate to a practice of yoga. So once I heard that we were in quarantine, of all the things in the world, I chose that to stick with as my project, to learn about during this quarantine. And I feel like if you didn't adopt anything to learn during this quarantine, you're kind of wasting your time. So definitely, if you are looking for something to learn yoga. It helps with your mental state, it helps with your breathing, it just helps with everything that you're feeling during this time. It helps you just stay grounded and stay centered within yourself, which is really, really important right now. And the final prompt, it's a bonus prompt. Name a book that is coming out soon, and that is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I was lucky enough to get a copy of this from Book of the Month. I want to say that the publication date was pushed to June or July now, but this book is so good. I started reading it last night. I felt like it was a great rainy day read, and it was raining yesterday, and it really is the perfect atmospheric read so far. I mean, I want to go visit this part in Ireland so bad, and you could just, I believe it takes place in the summer, so it's like the mist off the ocean and caves and deserted island and a wedding on this island in Ireland that is just surrounded by the ocean. It just sounds so amazing, the atmosphere in here. The author did a great job building that. I'm only on page 50 right now, so I'm definitely getting more into the story, but it does start off with a murder, and it's that perfect murder mystery. She really is an amazing author, and I have The Hunting Party by her, which I had started, but I never finished it. Not that it wasn't good, I just had other things to read, and I just forgot about it. So when I'm done with this, I'm definitely gonna go back to The Hunting Party to read that. So that's pretty much it for this book tag, and I hope that you do this book tag also. I'm gonna kind of leave the tag open. I normally do that because I don't like to just put people on the spot sometimes, and a lot of my friends have already been tagged by Jacqueline anyway for this book tag. So if you want to do this book tag, all the prompts are down below. I tag you, and I can't wait to see what your answers are for the stay-at-home book tag. So on that note, I'll be talking to all of you guys soon.